We are coming to you from the Coliseum in Oakland, California, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Jose Abreu, Todd Frazier, Jimmy Rollins and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Bob Melvin's Oakland Athletics. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you Game 3 of this series. As you may or may not know, Sox have taken the first two. They won the opener 4-3. Chris Sale picking up the victory. Robertson the save. Then last night we won it with that home run by Jimmy Rollins in the top of the ninth inning, 5-4, with Robertson picking up his second save. So it's been a situation where between Frazier, between Rollins, and between Austin Jackson, they have accounted for 6 of the 9 runs we scored in these two games.
The new guys are hitting the baseball, and that's why they were brought in. To improve an offense last year that was moribund at best, but this year a completely different story. Frazier got a low curveball last night from Chris Bassett, took it out of the ballpark, and it was a 3-1 lead. Then this is the game winner, Jimmy Rollins from Alameda, right down the road in front of the home folks, hit it out of the ballpark, and David Robertson made it hold up. Let's take a look at the 3 newcomers. Jimmy Rollins is 1 for 5. He's driven in a run with that home run. The game winner, Todd Frazier, got the Sox back in the ball game last night. He's hit a home run, driven in 3. Austin Jackson's played a good center field. He's driven in 1, hitting the ball pretty well. And so the newcomers brought in to provide offense have done just that.
And our pitching matchup tonight, well, it's an interesting one in the respect that if their guy, Sonny Gray, is on, we've got a big problem. And if our guy, Carlos Rodon, is on, they've got a big problem.
Sonny Gray has thrown a couple times against our Sox, hasn't done very well. Carlos Rodon last year, the last 3 starts, he was absolutely brilliant. He got over the blister problems, he got over his control problems, and all of a sudden everything seemed to come together for him. And this is a guy we hope to see most of this year. His slider is unhittable when he gets it even near the plate, and he's taken down a whole lot of hitters with that offbeat slider as well as the fast slider. 3-0 in the last 3 starts, 1.74 ERA. You see the numbers, they were terrific. Sonny Gray, on the other hand, 8.10 earned run average against our Sox, and so they've hit him very well. Hopefully more the same here tonight. Sonny Gray, who suffered from food poisoning, was pushed back 3 days. Let's hope he has just one more tough day.
All right, our Sox are trying to make it 3 in a row, so sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Sox Baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Toyota. Discover more in a Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Let's go places. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Audi. Truth in engineering. And by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Welcome back to the O.co Coliseum in Oakland, where the Sox have taken the first 2 games of the series, going against the Oakland A's tonight on a beautiful night, a record-setting temperature night, and all things considered, just a great night to play baseball here in Oakland. So the managers have been out to the mound. They've been explained the ground rules. The Sox hitting the ball very well. You look at Bob Melvin. He's an excellent manager of this Oakland ball club, who seemingly every year have a brand new cast. Certainly this year, the entire bullpen was rebuilt. And most likely, he realizes when a guy becomes a star, they move him around. And Jimmy Rollins, who's from just down the road in Alameda, coming back in front of the home folks and making a big splash in this one. Former National League MVP. So you got a guy who knows how to do it. Still has apparently plenty left, had a great spring. Came to the ball club with really no promises and won the starting shortstop's job. And as a switch hitter, hitting at the top of the order, he's done a pretty good job, but also he's played a very solid shortstop. So there's a look at tonight's starter, Sonny Gray, who had food poisoning, was supposed to start the opening game for the 2nd year in a row. Unfortunately for him, he took 4 different bags of fluid, had to be given them intravenously as he was dehydrated. And they told him that you can't start, son, which he was most disappointed about, but here he is. So we'll take a look at how the Sox line him up tonight. And Robin has Adam Eaton leading it off. He's been red hot with Jimmy Rollins in the 2 spot. Then it's Jose Abreu, Todd Frazier, Melky Cabrera still looking for his first hit, with Avisail Garcia, Brett Lawrie, Alex Avila, and Austin Jackson rounding it out. The Oakland defense and how they'll line up behind Sonny Gray, left to right, Chris Davis, Billy Burns, the speedster in center, and Mark Canha, who played first base in the opener, is in right field tonight. Then it's Danny Valencia, Marcus Semien, Jed Lowry, Yonder Alonso at first base with Josh Phegley behind the plate. And the ace of the staff, Sonny Gray, who last year was 14-7. You see a fine ERA of 2.73. He's got a couple of different fastballs, a very good curveball, which he says, by his own admission, despite those lofty numbers last year, he didn't have his curveball at all last season. Hoping that it does come back to him. When it does, he's certainly one of the best pitchers around. The umpires, Dan Bellino will have the honors behind the plate. Then it's Gabe Morales at first. Tom Hallion, the crew chief, is at second, and Phil Cuzzy is at third. So after a huge opening day crowd, the last couple nights, the crowd hasn't been quite as stout for the Oaklands here. But this is a team that's very young, although not as young as the last few Oakland ball clubs. They do have Coco Crisp, who's the longest tenured in the major leagues of these Oaklands. And Robin talking things over with Todd Frazier, who has made quite a difference in the early going, not only with his bat and presence behind Abreu, but certainly with his glove at third base. And the entire defense has really picked it up. In fact, it was a magnificent defense this spring. So they throw the ball around the infield, which means we're ready to play baseball. I'm ready to throw it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Stoney. Thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox Baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Outfield, they're going to be playing in just about straight away as Adam Eaton will lead it off. Adam has a 24-game reaching base streak going for him. That will work out pretty good on your resume as a leadoff hitter. And the first pitch of the ball game from this small right-hander. Sonny Gray, only 5'10".
First pitch.
190 pounds, out of Nashville. But as Steve told you, gave you all those pitches, his credentials, he's good.
He's a good one, and he can get it up there probably 94. Pitches around 91, 92, however.
83 degrees. I've been coming here since they opened this place in '68, and I can never recall a night game at 83 degrees.
Nope, nor I. Certainly not this early in the year.
And that pitch misses, so the count's 3-0. I can recall coming here early in the season, playing right field with out there. I didn't wear long sleeve shirts and just absolutely freezing.
It was a little chilly opening night. but tonight, absolutely gorgeous.
There's one. And here at the Coliseum, 330 down the line, 367 in the short gaps, 388 in the big gaps, and 400 straight away center. Chase ball 4. So a full count. Just got a piece of it.
That ball had a little sink to it at 93, so he's right in the range where he feels comfortable. That's a two-seamer. You see the downward movement. Fouls it off Dan Bellino.
Make it 25 straight games now that he has reached base.
And what is it you always say about good pitchers?
Get them early. If you don't get them early, they're going to get you.
You're not going to get them. And it's a great time with a leadoff walk, especially with a guy that can make some contact. Robin might be thinking about something he did a whole lot this spring, which is the hit and run.
Well, if you missed the game last night, our guy, Jose Quintana, who last year had a lot of trouble in the first inning. There he goes right off the bat, and that pitch is fouled away. But once again, a no decision for him. He went 5 2/3, giving up 2 runs. Good performance by Quintana. 53rd no decision.
Pretty amazing. He leads everybody in baseball during that time frame from 2012 till now. Leads them by 8.
It's amazing. And talking to him after the game, he's sort of grown to accept it.
It's just really tough.
There's a strike to Rollins. Well, believe it or not, even more so than Quintana, his teammates feel worse than he does. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Rollins with that 9th inning home run coming off Sean Doolittle. High fastball.
He hit it from the right side, which is somewhat unusual. His 230th. The previous 229 in the National League.
What a terrific player he's been. As I said, this guy's a Hall of Famer. That's into right field. Canna is there, and that's out number 1. Well, you know, you get guys like Rollins who that competitive, that talented. What happens is, you know, earlier in the game he had the bases loaded, went out and hit into a double play. And you knew one thing. It was a good chance in his ensuing at bats he was going to probably be dangerous. Those good players have that ability to ratchet it up when they have hit into a double play earlier in a ball game.
Well, he was facing their closer in a non-safe situation, and occasionally when your closer goes in a non-safe situation, you just lack that bit of adrenaline. But Doolittle had a good fastball, which he showed, and Jimmy lost it for him.
Here's Abreu. He's 3 for 8 in the series. Jose has faced Sonny Gray 6 times, has 2 hits, 1 of which stayed in the park.
Sonny Gray out of Vanderbilt, which has become a great baseball program.
Carson Fulmer, David Price, Sonny Gray. And
they've grown a whole lot of real good pitchers.
Oh, boy. Decent lead. Gray is quick to first base.
Would these temperatures, this ballpark is going to be a lot livelier, especially early in the ball game.
That's flipped foul, and that's not going to be playable over into the beside the camera well.
Ender Alonso is a very good defensive first baseman. We saw Canna in the opener, and he missed one, got charged with the error. 2 runs scored. It turned out to be the ball game decider, but Canna can also play the outfield, as you see there. He's just not the defender at first that Alonso is, so they decided to get both of them in the lineup, as you would expect. But Alonso, a left-hand hitter, he came through with a big hit last night.
Yeah! He knew it. 2 down.
Looked like Jose was guessing a slider or curveball. He got a fastball that was in a perfect spot,
Number 21,
and he rung him up.
Todd Frazier.
So here's Todd Frazier, 2 for 9, but that big 3-run homer last night on a slow curveball from Chris Bassett, who had a lot of courage to throw in the first one, but he came back with another one and he did not get it away. That ball hit hard into center field. The Burns is there. That's a hang Wolfham for Frazier. And after half inning of play, it's our guys nothing and their guys coming to bat.
Is A's tonight. It's Burns, Davis, and Lowry at the top with Valencia, Butler, and Fegley in the middle. Canna, Alonso, and Semien rounded out. The defense and how they'll line up for our Sox. Melky, Austin, and Adam in the outfield with Frazier, Rollins, Lowry, and Abreu in the infield. Alex Avila behind the plate, and our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Carlos Rodon. We'll show you his numbers in a moment.
First pitch, back through the middle, so good speed aboard.
There are the numbers for Carlos Rodon in his rookie season. 9-6, his ERA 3.75. Those are pretty good numbers considering his lack of experience.
That's just a smart base hit there. You get a youngster. Usually when you get a young pitcher like Rodon, who's just 23 years old out there, the first thing the catcher wants to do is get him settled in and get him to throw first pitch strike. Usually it's a fastball, and that's what it was looking for right there, and he just beat it right back through the middle.
And now you got a speed burner at first base because Burns, probably the fastest man on this ball club.
Well, you'd have to think he's the fastest man on the field.
Yep. Swiping 26 last year.
There's a strike. Well, they did a survey. As they do on everything in every possible category now.
Got lots of surveys.
Oh, yeah. A lot of quote analytics.
Lots of surveys.
And they came up with one on Billy Burns last year that he hit the fewest hard balls of anybody in the big leagues.
Now keeping him in play, making contact when you have that kind of speed, that's pretty good. When you hit 294 and you're a kid, you're hitting 294. That's pretty good.
This is like Kansas City. That's their job. Put the ball in play. You being a former pitcher know that it keeps pressure on that pitcher.
I wanted the big swingers, not the little guys that poke the ball.
You wanted guys like me up there.
You know, the guys that poke the ball, put the ball in play, especially little left-handers, gave you a lot of difficulty. Then if they had speed on top of it, you had to worry about the stolen base, which is what Carlos is thinking about here. 76% for a relatively young player. It's not too bad.
Well, the pitch that's going to, in my opinion, wind up defining the success or lack of success for Carlos Rodon is not going to be his 97-mile-an-hour fastball or that disappearing slider. It's going to be the changeup.
If he can get that over consistently like he did the latter portions of last year, he's going to be awfully tough because the rest of the stuff is there.
And that's lined into center field. So Burns is going to make the turn. And Chris Davis puts him on third base. So runners at the corners and nobody out.
Davis was hitting in the middle of the order the first two games, and this time Bob Melvin moved him up into the 2 spot. He took a slider inside. It wasn't the best slider that Carlos could throw, and he was able to take it back up the middle. So young left-hander in a jam to start off the ball game. First and third and nobody out.
Well, just forget about the man at third and go from there. As here's the switch hitter, one of 2 in this lineup, Jed Lowry. He's 3 for 8 with 4 RBIs in the first 2 games.
A lot of pressure on Alex behind the plate because if he does call a slider, especially the wipeout slider, it's going to be tough to block.
Well, that's the reason that the changeup to me is going to be the defining pitch for Carlos Rodon, because of the fact he's got to have a pitch that will allow him to get away with some mistakes on that slider or with some mistakes on a bad located fastball. And the changeup is the pitch that can allow him to do that.
It also gives a hitter a different look and gets him off balance, and
that's why he can get away with some mistakes.
If he can throw it consistently, it'll be that much better as he tries a backdoor breaking ball there.
He really impressed me last spring when he had that outing against the Dodgers, when he did not throw 1 slider in his 5 innings. Fastballs and changeups. Two-one pitch. That's going to get the job done. And it's 1-0 Oakland. 5 RBIs now for Lowry.
Did a nice job in that at bat, did Jed Lowry, because he was able to pick something out that he could hit in the air. Knowing the last thing you want to do, because he doesn't have great speed, is hit the ball on the ground and hit into a double play. So he lifted it gently into right field, and the Athletics on top like last night.
Well, we saw him in the first game against Chris Sale. He's got a terrific approach against left-handed pitching. He goes to right center. And when you do that, chances are you can get the ball in a situational. That's just situational hitting. Here's Valencia. He's 1 for 8 in the series. Outfield for the most part straight up. Spread out about equidistant. Maybe just a slight gap out there in right center.
Normally you don't have to worry much about Chris Davis and stealing bases. He only swiped 6 last year. He's not known for his speed. He's known for his power. And now Valencia, who has always been known as a guy that can hit left-hand pitchers, will be squeezing the sawdust out of the bat, looking for something middle in.
Three and 0. Now it's going to go out.
Danny Valencia has hit .320 in his career against left-hand pitchers. That's one of the reasons why he's still in the league. But strange things happened when he came over here last year, because at first they played him against just the lefties, then gave him an opportunity against the right-hand pitchers, and he was hitting just about everybody. That's the reason why he's in the lineup every day playing third base.
You're a right-handed hitter and you can hit left-handed pitching, you're going to be in the big leagues.
Especially soft tossing left-hand pitching.
So Bobby Melton turns him loose. Everybody converging, and it's Melky. So 2 down.
Melky deciding to take charge, and take charge he does. And flipping it to first, maybe thinking he could catch Davis napping. He wasn't able to do that. You can get out of here with just 1 run. You consider it a job well done.
Billy Butler. Billy 2 for 7 in the series. Both those hits coming off Chris Sale, both of them doubles. Boy, Alex Avila had some kind of game behind the plate last night.
He blocked everything that needed to be blocked.
I talked to him after the game. I said, "Are you okay?" He looked at me and smiled. He said, "I got the you-know-what beat out of me tonight."
He had a very busy night.
He blocked as usual, everything. He did a great job.
He had a pretty good idea and a pretty good game plan coming into the ball game on what he wanted Quintana to do. I think he molded him pretty well last evening and got Q to throw the ball where he wanted to on pitches that he wasn't used to throwing.
Two and 1 to count. With a 29-year-old thorn in the derriere of our Sox in his career. Three and 1. Butler in his career has been one of those guys who hit good pitching well.
Also, being a guy that hits the ball hard, he put the ball in play a lot. His philosophy against Chris Sale was a good one. He has good numbers against Chris, in that he took that hard slider out of the equation, not swinging at it when it was down, knowing it would be out of the zone.
There's a little chopper. But they come up with one, and after one, it is 1-0 A's. He's got Cabrera, Garcia, and Laurie. Milwaukee looking for his first hit. He was 0 for 6 in the first 2 games. Outfield straight up. Up high and wide.
Sonny Gray, a first-round draft pick in 2011.
Softly hit. So with 1 out, let's check out our picks to click. Jim Angio, our director and crew, went with Audie. Steve's going with Melky Cabrera and Terry Hanley. Mike Williams, Eric Aldridge, Roger Clare, and I, Terry Hanley, one of my dear friends. We're going to go with Alex Avila.
With the crew leading 2-0, I believe that warrants an investigation. Not sure exactly how they did that.
Well, I don't think it'll last long.
No, I believe they're quick starters and they're going to fade.
That's what my first skipper in the big leagues, Eddie Lopez. Homer. You talking about a soft tossing left-hander with the Yankees. Ted Williams hated to face him, but he used to say that when we'd be playing and the opposing pitcher would strike out to side, top of the first inning, he'd be walking back to the dugout and Lopez would scream out, "Remember one thing, them dogs that blank blank fast don't blank blank long." Two and one. Got the benefit of that pitch. Well, we have had 2 games, and regardless of what the scores, they could have been reversed, and they still would have been 2 excellent umpired games.
You don't see many of the players looking back at all. The only time I can remember Chris Coughlin looking back on only 1 pitch, although he thought they were all low. He came up in a pinch hitting role, took 3 in almost the exact same spot, looked back at the umpire, then he had a seat.
Yeah. Well, we had Phil Cuzzi last night and Tom Hallion in the opener. As I said, 2 excellent umpired games. That'll work. Second walk issued by Sonny Gray.
A couple of walks, and Sonny Gray usually doesn't walk too many. Last year, 59 walks, 169 strikeouts. Last 3 years, the leaders in the American League in earned run average: Felix Hernandez, King Felix, at 286, with Sonny Gray at 288, and Chris Sale, our Chris Sale, 292, with David Price, 301.
Brett is 2 for 7 in the series.
Give you an idea how good Sonny Gray really has been. He hasn't played for a real good Oakland team, and yet he's had a winning record each and every year. Only 10 starts his first year. He was 5-3. 14. He was 14-10 last year. 14-7. Kind of tailed off at the end of the season. But when you can put up winning records for a team that's not real good, you're getting the job done.
Checks it up and takes a good tough pitch right there from Gray, right on the outside corner. 0-2 the count. Another good pitch. 2 down.
The White Sox group outing is a perfect way to entertain clients, promote teamwork, and boost morale. Your group will enjoy a special group benefit when they receive 20 or more seats. The larger your group, the bigger the discount. To purchase, visit whitesox.com/group.
So here's Avila. Alex 1 for 4 in the series. And he has faced Sonny Gray 3 times, has 1 hit. Of all the guys in our lineup, we've only hit 1 home run off Gray. That was by Abreu. Alex and Jose Abreu have the same birthday, same age, and they both have 66 career home runs.
One of them's played a touch longer.
Yeah. So far, Gray is working up and down, in and out.
Yeah, that's really the case because he doesn't have an overpowering fastball, but he's using all 4 quadrants, and he's not throwing hardly any curveballs. That's one of the things that he would like to rediscover here this season. Got a good change. We've seen that tonight.
That's on the corner.
So far, 83% fastballs. He's cut it 10% of the time, and a slider, which is depth on the cutter, only 7% of the time.
Got the shift on. Just got a piece of it. And check a few scores for you. Finals: Cleveland beat Boston 7-6. Detroit over the Marlins 7-3 down in Miami. Baltimore at home against Minnesota's Orioles 4, Twinkies 2. Just off the corner. What's the minimum salary now? $515,000.
I think it's in the neighborhood of that, and the average salary is right around $4.5 million.
4.5, yeah. But minimum salary is around $515, and Sonny Gray is making, even with the success he's had with the A's, making $527,000.
I would say that's a bargain. I would say that's a guy that's
blue plate special.
That's a guy that's going to arbitration, I would think.
There's a chopper 2 hopper, so Lonzo will take it himself. And that'll do it after an inning and a half. 1-0 Athletics. to Sportsnet Central as Pat Boyle previews the upcoming playoff push for our Chicago Blackhawks. Sportsnet Central Blackhawks playoff preview Tuesday at 10:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Josh Phegley. Josh, a couple of hits last night.
Sox trying to get him out for the first time. He's a kid who hit 1,000. There you see it.
And a couple of runs scored last evening. One out.
Sox fans, opening day is Friday, April 8th at 3:10 versus the Indians. All fans ages 21 and over will receive a 2016 White Sox magnetic schedule presented by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner and official beer of your Chicago White Sox. Purchase your tickets today by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. And there's a couple of Sox fans. There's been a few that have come out in this series.
There's always, even though the crowds are small here, there's always a lot of Sox fans here. Canna in the right field. That's Canna corn. Out of here. Into the bleachers for one by catch. And it's 2-0.
Just one of the big reasons why Canna is in the lineup and playing out of position, and that is because he's got some big power. Last year he had 16 home runs while driving in 70 in 124 games, and this time he gets a first ball fastball outer third. And we told you this park would play a lot livelier in the heat. Here's an example of it.
Well, when you put a finish on it like he did right there, being a strong right-handed hitter, you know the ball's got a chance to get out of here. He put a great finish on that swing. Alonso. Most of the time you'll see a strong right-hand hitter hit a ball to right field like that, and he finishes way low with this left hand, left arm. We'll show you that swing after the pitch and the finish. Watch the finish he puts on it. Watch how high his hands go up. That's what you would like to try to teach all right-handed hitters. He gone. 2 down. Yeah, that ball was hit hard enough to get out of here last night. Of course, it's a lot easier when it's 83 degrees.
A most unusual night as you look around. You see a jacket.
Simeon. 2 for 5 in the series.
That's a good look.
Kind of looks like a little bit like Dallas Braden, former left-hander.
Working for ESPN tonight.
Yeah, I used to love to watch him pitch. It was fun. He had a great changeup. Fouls that back. There he is. Working with Eduardo Perez and Dave Fleming. He gone. But the opposite field home run by Mark Canha, and it is 2-0. You can get a free season-long subscription to MLB.TV Premium. Go to T-Mobile.com/MLB to sign up now and catch every moment of America's fastest-growing LTE network. Well, that's a great, great app. Here's Austin Jackson. A's lead at 2-0. That home run by Canha. Of course, we had a couple of home runs last night. 3-run shot by Frazier, solo shot to win the ball game by Jimmy Rollins, and with those 2 home runs, the Alex Stelios family once again aboard with a generous donation to White Sox charities in loving memory of Ursula. Alex, thank you again, buddy.
Austin geared up for a fastball at 2-0 and swung at something well out of the zone.
That's low.
A couple of early walks uncharacteristic for Sonny Gray, so a good time to take advantage of his errant control, as you really don't see it all that often.
Slice down the right field corner. They won't get that one. So Austin Jackson with a leadoff double. And while we have a moment, our congratulations go out to Chairman of the Board.
Now batting, number 1.
7 world championships he has brought to the city of Chicago. Going into the Hall of Fame of basketball. 7 world championships.
Pretty amazing run.
Well, name another owner who's given a city 7 world championships.
Not too many.
Well, there's 2 teams are not 7 world championships. Almost unbelievable. All right, that will get the job done. So Adam, who walked to lead off the ball game, gets Austin over to third base.
Adams off to a great start with those 5 hits in 2 games. That was a terrific at bat. He went up there with an idea that he was going to get him to third base any way that he could, and picked a pitch that was easy to pull and got the job done. And he's got a very appreciative bunch of guys in that dugout that realize that's how you play winning baseball. Somewhat surprising, as at least for the moment Bob Melvin has decided to concede the run. He's got a 2-run lead, but he's playing the infield back except at first and third. There you see the shift.
Yeah, with Abreu and Frazier coming up, he didn't want to take a chance on giving Rollins. That's popped up in the left field. Austin tagging. Chris Davis, they're going to run on him.
We've been talking about that for 3 nights now, and he decides to throw what looked like a balloon to home plate. Now, Chris can do a lot of things. Throwing is not one of them. And as you can see, the sacrifice fly for Jimmy Rollins, who got the job done. that wasn't going to get too many.
No. So here is Abreu. Struck out his first trip. Valencia. And that'll do it. But the leadoff double, then Adam Eaton was a good at bat. Gets him over the third. Sacrifice fly by Rollins. And it's a 2-1 ball game.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
2-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Top of the order, Burns, Davis, and Lowry. Burns beat a soft single right back through the middle. Came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Lowry.
The last pitch was another backdoor cutter that Carlos doesn't have the feel for quite yet.
That's in the right field and caught. Beautiful. Got a good jump and stayed with it.
That ball gets by Adam Eaton. That's an inside the park home run, but he's able to measure it. The ball stayed up long enough, and he made the catch, retiring a very fast base runner.
One of the most beautiful things about the game of baseball is defensive positioning. And that's something that a lot of the players and coaches have told me it's going to be a lot different this year.
I think Adam is adjusted very nicely in the shift from center field to right field. It's not a natural adjustment. You find that the ball either hooks or slices a lot more toward the line. Center field, you get many more that are just hit like rockets right at you or in the gap, but they don't move a great deal.
There you go. 2 down.
Second baseman.
75% fastballs with a slider and a changeup. The slider at 17%, the changeup at 8%.
Well, just because a guy is a good center fielder does not mean he's going to be a good right fielder, and vice versa. Here's Lowry. That sacrifice fly knocking in his 5th run of the series. I remember one of the greatest right fielders I've ever seen was Dwight Evans of the Boston Red Sox. Ferdinand got hurt and they put Dwight in center field. That ball hit hard. Stay with it. Okay. 2 line shots, 2 nice catches, 1, 2, 3 innings, and we're into the 4th, trailing 2-1. White Sox insider Dan Hayes all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by The Great Escape. Pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Escape your everyday shop. The Great Escape. Todd Frazier, Melky Cabrera, and Avi Garcia. 2-1 bad guys here in the top of the 4th inning.
Todd hit the ball pretty well last time, only to line it right to Burns in center field. Last night he got a curveball, not like the last one, a little slower, and he just reached out, kept the hands back, and took it well out of the ballpark.
Literally with one arm, one hand.
That made it 3-1 at the time. Gave the Sox the lead.
That was a nice display of a lot of power.
That's 2 curveballs in a row from Sonny Gray. So maybe he's starting to get a little better feel for it. He really hasn't used it a whole lot tonight.
Well, being his first start of the season and coming off that food poisoning where he had to get some bags of fluid.
There's another one. That was a good pitch. That one down and out of the zone.
Now batting, number 53,
Good tight rotation. Tough for a hitter to pick up the spin if the rotation is as tight as that one, and then it just disappears low and away.
There's Melky. Takes first pitch strike. Checking some other scores for you. Yankees beat Houston 16-6. Carlos Correa 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs, 2 home runs.
How about San Diego in their 3rd game, looking for their first run of the series against the Dodgers?
Well, there were 4 teams last year that were. There's the chopper 2 hopper. 4 teams that were highly touted coming out of spring training. Picked by many pundits, scribes, baseball people to win their division.
Number 26, Avisale.
And we were one of the 4. San Diego was another one. Boston was another one. Seattle was another one. And all 4 had miserable years.
Well, this year nobody picking San Diego. Well, they're not off to a particularly good start, losing 5-0 to the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th. And the Dodgers have had overwhelming pitching.
Well, everything is contagious. When you start off and you can't score and everybody starts pressing, it just becomes like a virus. It runs its course through that whole lineup. In that Yankee game, Teixeira 2 for 4, 4 RBIs. Starlin Castro 4 for 5 with 5 RBIs.
It turned out to be a very good addition to the Yankee ball club.
Well, everybody knows what kind of talent he is. Yes, he did. So a couple of strikeouts, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1. Hayes. And a reminder, Sunday on Sportsnet Central, CSN's Chuck Garfien. Our Chuck goes 101 with 2016 Hall of Fame inductee Jerry Reinsdorf. From his Basketball Hall of Fame nod to Jerry Krause's impact, Michael Jordan, and more, it's all on Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC. Sunday night at 10 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. That should be an interesting program. Valencia went out to Melky Cabrera.
Pretty good year last year, 290, 18 home runs, 66 driven in.
Now Chris Kamka down in the truck did some research. Finds out there's only one owner that we can come up with in sports to deliver more championships to his city. Shift is on perfectly. And that's one out. Then Jerry Reinsdorf, and that was Jerry Buss with the Lakers, who had 10. Jake Rupert with the Yankees had 7, and Steinbrenner had 7. To tie Jerry. Here's Billy Butler. Hard but foul. Kelly grounded out to Jimmy Rollins.
That was a good changeup, one of the best that Carlos has thrown. And Butler well out ahead of it. Good release point, good motion. Butler couldn't pick it up until it was too late.
That's in the right field, right in it. 2 down.
See the White Sox take on the Texas Rangers on Friday, April 22nd at 7:10. The first 20,000 fans in attendance will receive a White Sox tote bag presented by the MLB Network. Stay after for a post-game fireworks show presented by the aforementioned MLB Network. So to purchase your tickets, you can visit WhiteSox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
Thing. Fegley. Grounded out to Brett Lawrie. Rockies beat the D-backs 4-3. And Phoenix.
Trevor Story, their young infielder, has hit 4 home runs, same as Robinson Cano of Seattle. They both have gotten off very quickly.
Ball hit hard. So the 2-out single, and here is Canna.
Right fielder,
Hit an opposite field homer. Just high fly ball that did not come down.
Ford home run replay. It's the first home run of the year for this Oakland bunch. And Canna, who's got big power, shows it right there.
Robinson Cano, what a player. Wow. There's the strike.
I'm sure he took advantage of the weather conditions because it's a left-hand hitter's paradise in Arlington, Texas, and that's where the series won by Seattle was played. Seattle won 2 of 3.
He gone. And that'll retire the side. We're into the 5th, trailing by 1. McNabb Cable and Satellite in McNabb, Illinois. McNabb, yes. They don't have any money in McNabb. But we trail it 2-1. Bottom third of our order. Lowry, Avila, and Jackson to face Sonny Gray. Out in front, and while we have a moment, we'll send a big White Sox shout out. Hello to Sean Wilson with Cobra, the makers of that new red hot, ultra hot driver. And Chicago being the greatest golf city in the world, as he can't get that one. 0-2 pitch.
Last inning, for the first time, it looked like Sonny Gray became much more comfortable with that curveball. Used it pretty well. Tried it again to put away Lowry, but well out of the zone. Before the All-Star break, he's been pretty close to unhittable, both in 14 and 15. But things cooled off for him both years after the break.
Get a decent pitch to hit right there. Well, there's a good chance he will not be going to arbitration with this club.
No, if they think he's going to, he will be used as some pretty valuable trade bait.
One out. 5 strikeouts now for Sonny.
Another good curveball. The best wipeout curveballs are out of the zone.
As the best changeups are out of the zone. Former Sox left-hander, along with other teams he pitched for, the Yankees, Dodgers, Cleveland. Tommy John. Through probably won 270 something games, probably threw fewer strikes than maybe anybody in the history of this game, where that sinker is. Ball hit sharply. So Terry Hanley's pick to click. Alex Avila, the 1-out single.
And despite the shift, he was able to hit right through it. That's the second time in this series where he foiled the shift.
Number 10, Austin Jackson.
So here's Austin. Jackson doubled to lead off the third inning down into the right field corner. Eaton got him over with a good at bat to third, and then Rollins knocked him in with a sacrifice fly. Good block by Fegley, keeping it in front of him. Of course, he knows who's running.
Josh showed his athleticism because he was able to move to his left very quickly and make sure that ball didn't get by him. That was a tough pitch to block.
One and one to count. Fights that one off. You're just tuning in. Sonny Gray has not messed around with the middle of the plate much. Up and in, up and away, down and in, down and away.
Victor Martinez has set Major League history by hitting 2 pinch hit home runs in Detroit's first 2 games. It's never happened before.
High pop-up. Playable, but he won't get there.
Very difficult play for Alonso. And Canna, I think, might have thought Alonso was going to make the play. He couldn't get to it in time, and so another life. Alonso goes down. It's going to be a really difficult catch for him. He gives way, and Canna can't get there, so Austin will have another pitch. Canna calls for it and just couldn't get to the ball.
Yeah, he just misjudged it a little bit. So Austin gets a break.
Another good stop by Fegley.
You missed that first game. We got 2 breaks from him, and it cost him the ball game. Gets by, so now the tying run on that pop-up that couldn't be played at second base.
Looked like Fegley tried to backhand that. That's not recommended. We'll take another look at it. This ball in the dirt And instead of moving his body this time, that's bad mechanics. Because as you try to backhand it, there's nothing in the way after that ball hits the dirt, and it just skips by him. So as good as he's been on a couple of pitches beforehand, that one gets by. It is, however, a wild pitch.
Make it pay, Austin. Oh, you got a cookie right there and missed it.
Toronto got a piece of bad news as Josh Donaldson has a right calf strain, so he's considered day-to-day. This is a rolling breaking ball, and Gray was fortunate that one wasn't hit awfully hard.
Out and around that one.
Pretty good at bat on the 9th pitch in the battle between Gray and Jackson. Tying run at second base.
But a good pass on that one just underneath it. Line shot caught, and they're going to double him up. You got to check your infielders. Meanwhile, we're halfway home trailing 2-1. As we get set to go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Yonder Alonso, Marcus Semien, and then Billy Burns. Yonder's been to the plate one time, struck out. 1 of 4 registered by Carlos Rodon. ate him up. One out.
That was a good fastball right in on his hands. After going right down the middle with the first pitch and getting the defensive swing, he was able to shatter his bat with a good fastball. Take a look at the location. Alonso cannot get his hands out. And an easy tapper to the right side.
Marcus back through the middle.
Join us at U.S. Cellular Field as the White Sox face the Minnesota Twins on Saturday, May 7th. First 20,000 fans will receive a Chris Sale K-Counter bobblehead presented by Wintrust Community Banks. Visit WhiteSox.com to purchase your ticket today.
So 1 on, 1 out. Good speed at first, and here's the leadoff hitter, Billy Burns, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. 16,468 attendance.
Marcus Semien, that's 27 straight games he's reached base. He had a walk opening night, scored a run, a couple of base hits last night, and 1 for 2 tonight.
Now feels slightly to the right. That's a souvenir right side.
Pitch number 59 on the way. Average velocity for the fastball is not quite as quick as he usually is. The slider and changeup very close to the same speed. He's got 2 different sliders, however. One is the soft get me over and the other is the put away. That's usually in the high 80s.
Good job by Avila. How about Clint Hurdle's guys?
They swept them.
Beat the Cardinals 5-1. Buccos 3-0. Cardinals 0-3.
Pittsburgh is a strong team, led by Andrew McCutchen. Clint Hurdle's done a great job there because he managed them in the not so good days.
Well, Clint Hurdle's one of the best managers in the game. Softly hit. Todd knows he's got to hurry. He makes a quick transfer and he gets it. Good play.
Well, that's an outstanding effort because Burns has great speed. Frazier was playing in, but still knew he had to hurry, and Carlos did a nice job. He got to third base knowing it would be vacated. Overhand throw gets him by a half step, and Rodon goes to third base to make sure that Semien doesn't get adventuresome.
Here's Chris Davis, 1 for 2, that first inning single. Talking about Clint Hurdle's Pirates last year, winners of 98 games.
3 teams in that division, 100, 98, and 97 wins. 3 teams to the playoffs. I don't think St. Louis is going to be all that good this year, but certainly the Cubs and the Pirates are going to be very strong.
Two the count. Goes up, tries to get that high heater.
Last year, a pretty remarkable year in that almost 9 strikeouts for 9 innings for a first-year player. Pretty remarkable. Chris Sale has obviously the best totals. Last year, almost 12 strikeouts for 9 innings for Chris Sale, and he's got the top 4 in White Sox history.
Well, he was all over that one, just underneath. A lot of room on that right side for him. As he gone. And that'll retire the side. We're into the 6th. It is 2-1. Bad guys. Blackhawks take on the Blues in their last home game of the regular season. Coverage starts at 7 with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live on CSN Chicago.
That's a beautiful look from the East Bay to San Francisco. That by our robotic GoPro camera.
Here's Adam Eaton. Takes a high strike. Adam has walked. And he grounded to second, but that was a good at bat because Jackson had doubled to lead off the inning. Then he scored on the sacrifice fly by Rollins. Count evens at 1.
During the on-base streak that has continued from last year to this, his on-base percentage a robust .460.
Two and 1 to count.
Valencia still even with the bag at third, thinking that Adam might be thinking about a bunt.
Well, it's the top of the 8th inning in San Diego. 6-0 Dodgers. No team has ever. There's a shot base hit into left field. So the leadoff man aboard. But no team in Major League history has ever started off the season being shut out the first 3 games.
Good at bat as he reaches down. This ball out of the strike zone, but he stays right with it. And representing the tying run, winds up at first base.
There's Rollins. He's lined out to right, and he has a fly ball for an RBI. Sacrifice fly to left field. Picked up his 3rd RBI. Seven of our 8 RBIs come from Rollins, Frazier, and Austin Jackson.
When Adam walked in the first inning on the first pitch, they used the hit and run, but Jimmy fouled it off.
As we mentioned earlier, Gray is quick to first.
There's been 7 National League MVP winners to play for the Sox. We're going to show them to you. Jimmy Rollins, Sammy Sosa, George Foster, Ken Boyer, Bob Elliott, Phil Cavarretta, and Johnny Evers. And the famous Evers to Tinkers to Chance combination.
Now ball. So Eaton in the second, 1 out.
Join us for the opening weekend at U.S. Cellular Field. The first 20,000 fans on Saturday, April 9th, will receive a White Sox winter hat presented by Comcast Sportsnet. Visit whitesox.com to purchase your tickets today. And my good friend Sven EpiPen loves that hat.
Here's Abreu, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to third. Two hopper. 2 down. You're just joining us.
Number 21.
Hayes with a run in the first, 1 in the second. We got our run in the 3rd inning. So here's Todd.
Last time up, he saw a lot of very good low breaking pitches away. There's another low breaking pitch away, stopped nicely by Josh Phegley.
Well, it's tough to cover the whole plate off anybody, but especially good pitchers. You have to try to pick out a location, and that location will indicate if in fact you want to look for a pitch.
Well, I'm pretty sure that one of the things you can't look for is go up and look for a curveball. You just have to hope if he does throw one of those that he hangs it.
Well, that's what hitters have to do in a pregame meeting, going over the pitcher. It's not how you can hit him. It's how can I be dangerous against him? Because there's going to be a lot of games that you go to that plate. That guy 60 feet 6 inches away is going to be better than you that night. Especially good guys. And when that happens, you have to, when you get a guy like Sonny Gray, you got to say, okay, how can I be dangerous against this guy? Just like to be dangerous against him 4 times. And that way you can move around in that box if you desire, which doesn't happen anymore. Create your own strike zone on what you're trying to do. And very seldom are you going to see many catchers today who can pick it up. Catchers, that's one of the first things they in years past would do. Watch and see where you're standing and watch and see if you moved around, and then they would pitch accordingly or call a pitch accordingly. There's a strike. And the best way to take the curveball away from Sonny Gray from right-handed hitters is just stand right on top of the plate and force him to make a quick change in that. Don't let him freewheel that curveball. So let's see, 3rd walk issued by Gray.
Well, he approached Frazier in that situation like he knew that Cabrera coming up behind him has not been swinging the bat well. He knows that Frazier is a run producer. And with first base open, he just didn't give him anything really to swing at. And fortunately, Todd just took his walk.
That's what you got to do. That's what good hitters do.
I mean, you'd love to drive him in, but if you're not going to get anything near the zone, you might as well take your walk and hope that Melky can pick him up.
Hey, you can't expand your strike zone. If you do, you're just dig a hole for yourself. Gray's curveball is much more effective to the right-hander than it is to a left-hander. So that being the case, the left-hander might be better off just backing off the plate just a hair, trying to beat him into left center field on this fastball. Out in front of the plate. Bagley will put that out. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It is still 2-1 Athletics. Reminder this week only, T-Mobile customers can get a free season-long subscription to MLB TV Premium. Go to T-Mobile.com/MLB to sign up now and catch every moment on America's fastest-growing LTE network. Jed Lowry hits the ball hard right to him. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Lowry to Lowry. And good positioning once again.
Third baseman, 26, Danny.
First inning, a little shaky. Couple of base hits with a sacrifice fly. Outside of that, pretty steady. And pitches really at a minimum into the 6th inning.
Well, 2 good young pitchers out there. Our guy's 23. Sonny Gray, 26.
Bob Melvin's gone to the bullpen 9 times in 2 games, and one of the things that an ace is expected to do is what Sonny Gray is doing: get you deep into the ball game and save that bullpen. They didn't expect to use him on the 3rd day. They expected him to go head-to-head with Chris Sale. Didn't work out that way because of the sickness, but managers certainly appreciate a guy that will keep you out of that pen early.
Valencia, souvenir right side.
One of the harder sliders. That was 87 miles an hour.
A little tardy right there on that 93-mile-an-hour heater upstairs. So the 2-2 pitch. Full count. That is the first walk issued by Carlos.
Join us at U.S. Cellular Field throughout the 2016 season for free T-shirt Thursday. First 10,000 fans at every White Sox regular season home game will receive a specially designed White Sox T-shirt. To purchase your free T-shirt Thursday tickets, visit whitesox.com. The original good man for 2 is up. Butler hit the ball pretty hard last time.
Hit a bullet out there. Adam Eaton in right field. These are spots right here in a game like this. Billy Butler usually does a lot of good things in his career.
Carlos is trying to get him to roll over on one of those fastballs away or a changeup away.
Well, he's always said since he came into this league, he's always had a good approach to left-handed pitchers. And there it is. Taken to right field. 1 out, 2 on.
This is a slider, and Butler gets out in front of it. Doesn't hit it hard, but hits it in a perfect spot.
All right, the catcher, number 19, Josh Begley.
So here's Fegley. He's grounded to second, and then he singles sharply into left field. But for all you coaches out there and young aspiring hitters in high school and college, if you could ever get the approach, not mechanics, let your thoughts dictate your mechanics, not your mechanics dictate your thoughts. But if you could ever get the approach that you're going to beat, if you're a right-handed hitter, that you're going to beat left-handers to right field, and you're going to beat right-handers to left field. If you're going to beat them arm side. Left-handers, of course, beat them to right field. That's arm side. Right-handers beat them arm side to left field. You'd have a much better opportunity. There's a good approach right there by Fegley on a bad pitch.
Jake Petrichka, first man out of the chute tonight, as that's the first activity we've seen out of either pen.
Of course, having said that, you always have your exceptions. You always have your great hitters, and they can do anything they want to. But for the average man, you got to have a good approach. Made a good pass at that one. Thank goodness, just underneath it. Go. 2 down.
Good hard breaking ball in the, well, just above the dirt. He kept it down. Fegley went out to try to get it, and no contact. Combination of location and certainly taking something off the slider.
So here's Canna, 1 for 2, a homer and a strikeout. Got him on a slider. And a home run opposite field, just a high fly ball. It just kept going. And for Steve and I both, without question, in all the years I've been coming here since they opened this ballpark in '68, warmest evening I have ever seen.
And not even a thought of a jacket or.
No, it's unbelievable.
Change a bit tomorrow as we play the 4th and final game of this opening series, and it's a day game. 2:35 start in Chicago. And it's back home for the opener against the Indians. The Indians minus Michael Brantley.
There's the strike. And that'll be Johnny Danks against Cody Anderson. If you can't get a ticket, the game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. In that series, we're going to run Danks, Sale, and Quintana out there. They're going to run Anderson, Tomlin, and Corey Kluber. Right at him. Thank you. And that'll retire the side. We're into the 7th. It's still a 2-1 Oakland lead.
replay, and tonight the A's have hit a lot of line drives, and most of them have been at somebody. This a rocket. Right to Todd Frazier and out of the inning. So still 2-1 as the Sox look to try to get to Sonny Gray.
It'll be Avi, Laurie, and Avila. Avi has walked and struck out. We have a run on 3 hits. They have 2 runs on 6 hits. One pitch, 1 out.
Now batting, number 15, Brett Laurie.
Brett 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, called out, and then Gray got him on a curveball down and away. This guy is bringing an element that we have sorely missed the past couple of seasons, and that's energy. Simeon. 2 down.
Enjoy U.S. Cellular Field just like a player. You can play catch in the outfield, warm up in the bullpens, visit the dugouts, and much more. Join us for Family Field Day on Saturday, May 14th, and support Chicago White Sox charities. To purchase tickets, visit whitesoxcharities.org.
So this will be the 90th pitch coming up for Sonny Gray.
There's an old right-hander.
No, he's an old first baseman.
I don't know, that glove. I think that glove is give him some protection on those line drives back to the mound.
Alex 1 for 2.
Alex asking Dan Bellino if he was sure about that one.
Dan's had a good game, as we mentioned earlier. Tom Hallion had the opener. Bill Cuzzy last night. Both 2 excellent games on the plate, and another one tonight from Dan Bellino.
Looked like both of those had the outside part of the outside corner. There's the crew chief, Tom Hallion. Got second base tonight.
No activity in either pen.
It's number 94 on the way, and not much trouble at all.
Full count. And that's ball 4.
Now we'll see if Robin decides to go to the pinch runner, representing the tying run here as we move along a little later in the ball game is Avila. aboard for the second time. That's a 4th walk by Sonny Gray, which is somewhat surprising for him.
Now batting, number 10, Austin Jackson.
And the bullpen up and going for the first time for Oakland.
Here's Austin, had a double and a run scored back in the 3rd. He also hit in, lined into a 4-6 double play. Takes first pitch strike.
John Axford getting ready in the pen. We saw him opening night.
Semien up with it, over for the force, and 7th inning stretch. We trail it by 1.
Just like we promised you earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite, and it's our Hall of Fame race they have here in Oakland with Dennis Eckersley, Ricky Henderson, and Raleigh Fingers. It looks like Raleigh Fingers is going to sprint away with it. He does indeed.
Alonso has struck out and grounded to second. One 3-0 for us, 2 6-0 for them. One out.
Well, it would appear that this is shaping up to be a kind of a typical game for Oakland. Last year, last in the major leagues in one-run decisions at 19-35. First 2 games of this series also one-run decisions. The A's came up short, and with the bullpen still going, you would think that that would be it for Sonny Gray. He's been awfully tough. 3 hits through 7.
I don't care who they bring in. Just bring in somebody else. Marcus has struck out in singles. Sharply back through the middle. If you think back on this game right now, I can only think for sure of one, maybe two curveballs that he hung.
No, Gray's been really tough.
That's
The
what I'm
curveball
talking
didn't
about.
come to him till a little bit later.
Yeah,
I mean, he
but,
got it in
he
the
still
fourth
kept
inning.
it down early when it didn't in the dirt. Austin. 2 down.
Now batting center fielder, number 1, Billy Burns.
So 2 down to the leadoff hitter, Billy Burns, who is 1 for 3.
On opening night, Axford went an inning, gave up a couple of hits, he had a wonderful battle with Jose Abreu. 12 pitch at bat, and Axford won it on a pop-up. And it appears that he's going to come into this.
Good speed aboard.
It goes as a base hit.
It should be a base hit.
And that's what speed will do for you. Because nobody has to tell Jimmy Rollins how quick Burns is.
Left fielder, number 2.
Carlos gets his glove on it, and then Jimmy, if he fields it cleanly, he's going to get him. He does not. Slips out of the glove, and now you've got a speed runner on, but 2 outs.
Here's Chris Davis, 1 for 3, a single, and a couple of strikeouts. First pitch strike. Boy, that's why it helps so much to be a good defender out there on the mound and become that 5th infielder. Mark Burley sucks that one up. Inning is over.
Well, normally, and it used to be all the time, now occasionally, the middle of the infield's the biggest hole on the infield, and if you can plug it up when you deliver the baseball, you're going to really help yourself. That time it tipped off the glove, and Burns is aboard with the all-important insurance run.
Ball and 2 strikes. Just joining us, they scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. We scored 1 in the third. Right to him, steps on the bag, and that'll retire the side. So we have completed 7, and we trail it 2-1.
additions to the bullpen, and a man who used to be a closer, had some big years as a closer. We saw him Monday night. He picked up an inning, and it was scoreless. A couple of defensive changes. We got Josh Reddick checking in right field, and Mark Canha shifts over to left field.
Top of the order for us here in the top of the 8th. Eaton, Rollins, and Abreu. Nice pick right there. And they don't get him. Close play.
I think Bob Melvin's probably going to want to have a look at it, but it appeared that he at the very least tied the throw. Marcus Semien did as well as he could do. That's Mark Kotsay, their new bench coach, who's on the phone.
Man, take another look. He stayed down with it. That little patting of the glove gives him another step. So they're going to have a review, and while they do, we'll go over a few scores for you. Dodgers shut out San Diego 7-0. First time in Major League history the team has started the season being shut out in its first 3 games. Washington beats Atlanta 3-1. Cincinnati over the Phillies 3-2 at the Great American Ballpark. As we mentioned earlier, Pittsburgh sweeps the Pirates 5-1 in the first 3 games. 16-6 Yankees over Houston. Rockies beat Arizona 4-3 in Phoenix. Down at Arlington, Seattle, Robinson Cano with 2 home runs. He now has 4. As the Mariners win it 9-5. Milwaukee gets on the board against the Giants as the Brew Crew wins that game 4-3. From what we're seeing here, it looks like he's out on the scoreboard.
Well, it has to be definitive proof. If not, the call on the field stands, and that call on the field was that he was safe. Well, now we'll see. He is safe.
He is safe. No definitive proof. So the leadoff man aboard.
Well, that's on base 3 times for Adam Eaton, who's had a great start to this young season.
Well, he's 2 for 3 tonight. He is 7 for 11 in the first 3 games. So here's Jimmy. Rollins 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. You saw that little pat to the glove by Marcus.
That's all it took.
That's all it took.
First time a Sox leadoff hitters had multiple hits in the first 3 games since Chico Carrasquel in 1951. One almost thrown away as it looked like Axford was trying to lull Adam Eaton to sleep.
First and 30. Come on, Jimmy. And that's going foul.
Take a look at Marcus. Now he's got it. One pat in the glove before the throw. And Adam Eaton able to beat the play at first base.
Well, he did the right thing, Adam. He went right to the front of the bag with that lead toe. The 0-2 pitch.
Hanging breaking ball. Axford lucky to get away with that. But you have a guy no stranger to late game pressure. 11 and 12, 2011 and 12 with Milwaukee. He saved 46 and 35 games respectively. So he was a big time closer. Last year with Colorado, he saved 25. Didn't have that many opportunities with the Rockies.
Jacks it up, fouls it off.
Sonny Gray, a very interested spectator.
Come on, guys, let's put a Quintana on it. That's down low. Fights that one off.
Just barely able to get a piece, but stayed alive.
Square him up right here. Nope, right to the bag. Two down.
Get it right into the shift, right over the head of Axford, and then Simeon able to avoid the slide and turn the double play.
That'll bring up Jose, who's 0 for 3. He's due. Gap out there in left center. Ball a strike to Abreu.
himself on the hill.
Out of Mark Fidrich. Normally the Detroit Tigers a long time ago. He didn't talk to himself, he talked to the baseball.
Worked pretty well till he hurt himself.
He pitched one of the greatest games I've ever seen pitched. He pitched again against the Yankees and never threw the ball above the middle of the thigh.
Great sinker, excellent control.
That's trouble. So now he's going to pull it up. Is ready, can throw, and he is accurate.
So this one just barely over the head of Alonso, and it's going to bring Tyler Saladino in the game, representing the tying run as he pinch runs for Jose. Big aggressive turn, but you're not going to take a whole lot of liberties with Reddick.
So here's Todd. Todd is lined to center, struck out, and walked.
Outfield very deep all the way around in a no doubles defense.
Todd has faced Axford 5 times officially. 1 for 5 with 2 walks and a home run. Want to know the count. Now he's got the catbird seat. Sharply, and they get the force. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is still 2-1 Athletics. The bottom of the 8th inning.
And Jake Petrichka comes in the ball game. Tyler Saladino will stay in the game and play first base. And Jake, in his first outing opening night, was on for one hitter. He walked him, but no harm.
So here's Lowry. First pitch. 2 hopper. 1 pitch. 1 out.
Follow White Sox baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up to the moment with live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone and tablet.
So the line on Carlos Rodon in his first start, 7 innings, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Young man pitched his behind.
Yeah, threw the ball very well. Gave up a run in the first, a run in the second. Leadoff singles and then the sacrifice fly. But he pitched well enough to win. Now hoping for a no decision. And Ryan Madsen is going to be the man that Bob Melvin is going to ask to close tonight as he's loosening up in the pen.
He'll have Cabrera, Garcia, and Lowry. With Alex Avila, the 4th hitter.
Dan Jennings throwing in the pen.
Two one. Billy Butler on deck. If I can get it. So Coco Crisp has come out to hit.
Attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics, batting for Billy Butler, number 4, Coco Crisp.
Now the question for Robin is, do you want to face Crisp from the right side or the left side?
He is much more dangerous from the left side. Last night was 1 for 5. First pitch low and away on the corner. Tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon I should say, Matt Latos against Kendall Graveman in the finale of this 4-game set.
Graveman had been sick the last couple of days, but apparently well enough to start.
Very quickly, 2 strikes. The 36-year-old veteran.
That's what it looks like coming up. The day game tomorrow. And then the Tribe comes in for a very quick homestand. 3 with the Indians, and then it's off to Minnesota as we provide the opposition for the opener for the Twins.
And then down to Tampa Bay to finish it off. Three with Minnesota with an off day in their series, and then 3 down at Tropicana Field. Out there in right center.
That a wild pitch as that one bounced well in front of Alex.
Jake having a lot of control problems. That's one thing they were worried about him in the spring. So the walk, the wild pitch, and a full count to Coco. He gone. 2 down.
Good changeup. Same pitch he used to get Lowry to lead off the inning. He struck out crisp. 3-2 change.
Good movement. So here's Fegley. He's 1 for 3. A sharp single back in the 4th inning. Change up the last couple of years now has finally found this place where it should have been a long time ago. As one of the best pitches in the game with well-placed fastball, the best. Kept coming up with these designer pitches. And the old changeup got forgotten about for a long time.
One of the toughest pitches to command, one of the toughest pitches because usually you have to use a different grip, a grip you're not terribly used to, and then you have to have the same arm velocity and the same release point as your fastball. But if you got a good one, you can stay around a long time.
No, you're just talking about a guy who had a terrific curveball, could never find a change.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened, and I tried every grip known to man and still couldn't get one.
Don Drysdale felt that was one of the easiest pitches to teach. Was the
grip up, circle change.
Yeah. On deck.
Valencia does not have great speed.
So the second walk of the inning.
Now batting left fielder.
Canna, he's 1 for 3. Opposite field homer, a strikeout, and then he hit a rocket right down to Todd Frazier, third. So here comes Coop.
Now Dan Bellino going out there to try to break this up.
Now Jake pitched a third of an inning in the opener. First guy he pitched, he walked. That was Lowry.
Number 20, Marquetta.
Two on, two out. 2-1 Oakland. Safe.
Well, very close at second base. Now got rid of it quickly, and they almost got Valencia. He strays off on the secondary lead, but he's back in.
One ball, one strike to the 27-year-old Mark Canha. Got some actions at the plate like a J.D. Martinez. Of course, he doesn't perform.
What a couple of years he's had.
Oh, boy. He came out of nowhere. That was one of the strange things. Tigers tried to trade for him when he was with Houston. Finally, couldn't make a deal, and Houston released him. That's been one of the most productive releases in a long time. You're not going to get that one. All right, you being a control pitcher, what's going on in the game today is, I don't think there's any doubt about it, is they are trying to allow the hitter to get himself out rather than them get the hitter out.
Tough to get guys out in the strike zone unless you have overwhelming stuff. Pretty good idea here if you can double up on that slider he just threw and get Canha, who was probably over anxious, to expand his zone.
He gone, and he walks two, but strikes out two and gets out of the inning. Win to the ninth. We need one to tie. Back here at the Coliseum as Todd Frazier and gang, well, they lead the Sox into the finale of this 4-game set against these Athletics. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. with White Sox pregame live, presented by the Koalas family of dealerships.
And we've got Ryan Madsen coming in to try to nail down the first win of the year. Madsen, who threw an inning opening night. It was a perfect inning, but he gave up line drives to Frazier and Cabrera to lead off the inning.
So here's Melky. Javi on deck and Lowry in the hole. First pitch strike. Madsen, when he first came into the major leagues, one of the hardest throwers in the game.
Pretty amazing. He missed 3 full seasons for Tommy John surgery in 2012.
Rushed that in on it.
Madsen came back last year with Kansas City, 68 appearances, 2.13 ERA. Was asked to save a few games, saved 3 of them. He was mostly a setup man.
Count hangs at 0-2.
Here's Sean Doolittle, who gave up the 9th inning home run to Jimmy Rollins last night. He is the closer of this team.
Come on, Melky. Not too much. Start us off right here, buddy. Outfield, they're spread out slightly to the left and deep. Hanging tough.
Had to throw him a changeup. The only thing that allowed Melky to stay alive was that it was a little higher than Madsen would have liked it.
There's a rocket foul. Top hand on that one, fighting it off.
Pretty good battle. The Yanks won well foul on a low inside pitch. That time able to stay alive and just flick the ball on a pitch away.
And that's a good way to start it. As Reddick makes a perfect peg. Second base, so the leadoff man aboard. And let's check out now our picks to click. There you see, which we're going to be doing on a regular basis this year. Melky now 1 for 4. Javi and the crew 0 for 2. Alex Avila and Terry Hanley's pick to click 1 for 2.
Garcia, the batter.
J.B. Shuck on the pinch run for Melky, carrying with him the tying run.
Javi has walked, struck out, and grounded to short. Takes that pitch, low ball 1. That movie's not going to pick anybody off.
No, that was just, I'm aware you're over there.
Yeah,
so
it's a little commercial,
yeah,
right?
Go
right
over there just to let you know I know you're around.
Big hack, no contact.
That was a changeup right down the middle.
82. Come on, Ivy, first and 30, buddy. Not too much.
Zach Duke loosening up in preparation for what he hopes would be a save situation.
Good approach, but into the seats for a souvenir. Now you got to cinch it up, hunker down. 1-2 the count. Brett on deck. Down to third. So they get Shuck at second, 1 out. And here's Laurie.
Number 15.
He's due. He's 0 for 3.
Laurie.
Brett last year with Oakland, 16 home runs. Takes it right there. That might be the best one he'll see in this sequence.
Fastball very straight and right down the middle. David Robertson has now joined Zach Duke. That ball almost got away. Looked like a cut fastball that started to drift away from Fegley. He was able to catch it.
The 1-2 pitch. Got well in on it. Brett, hit that Comcast Sportsnet sign out there in left center field. Decent lead by
Try to get another one in off the plate. He was able to foul it back.
Well, best time to do that is when you're ahead in the count.
Yeah, you get a guy having to protect, and he'll expand his zone.
pop up. Marcus makes the call, has the ball. We're out number 2. So it's up to Alex Avila.
Now batting, number 31, Alex Avila.
Takes ball 1. That pitch is outside.
Well, that was way outside.
One of the few that Dan Bellino has missed tonight.
Take a look where this one shows up.
Well, what a difference in 1-1 and 2-0 in this situation. 2-1.
Austin Jackson waiting on deck, hoping to get his turn.
Pitch was off the plate. It's a bad time to miss a couple of pitches after he's had such a good game behind the plate tonight. Wow.
Now the big advantage is that Avi will be running with the pitch. And even though the outfield is deep all the way around, if you split him, odds are overwhelming he's going to score.
Now they're going to play behind him and give him another step. Ball game is over. So the Sox take the first 2. One thing about it, though, we've had 3 well-pitched games in this series. We played good defensive baseball. We did make one error, and that was just on the ground ball to center field. But overall, the new guys have been very impressive.
Well, I really like the way Carlos Rodon threw the ball. He had a bit of a shaky start. Other than that, he threw the ball very well. Only 1 walk tonight, which for him obviously is a trouble spot on occasion, but he fanned 6, so a good outing, and the defense was pretty sparkling all the way around. So a 1-run game. This one goes to Oakland.
Yeah, and we're going to catch the ball a heck of a lot better than we did the last couple of years. So for my partner Steve Stone, for our director Jim Angier, our producer John Walgren, our associate producer Chris Kamka, our technical manager Mark Harper, and the executive producer Jim Corno Jr. Also for Pete Alonso, Tom Mecklin, Janice Decker, Vic down in the truck. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody. You've been watching White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet.